Hopefully it's enough. If he has a judgment, I'm gonna be so pissed. Uh-oh. No, please don't. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another daily video. I thought it was about time I did a beginner's guide on my favorite deck this patch, which is Azir Darius Burn. If you like the video, drop a like. If you're brand new, subscribe, and come check me out on my Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Enjoy the video. Besides the fact that this deck has a favorable win rate into Azir Irelia, which is, reason enough to play it, this deck is also one of the most consistent aggro burn decks in the meta right now. As an aggro list, it is pretty straightforward to play, but there's a couple tips and tricks you can learn to make yourself even better with it. First up, let's start with the Mulligan. In most matchups, we're looking for our 1-drops. These are incredibly powerful units that allow us to get an early lead, which is very important for aggro burn. As for our 2-drops, I will hold House Spider if we're into aggro, because House Spider is very good at blocking aggro, whether this is a mirror or a Azir Irelia, or spiders or discard or anything. These spiders are very nice to keep the board nice and stable. I usually only hold Demolitionist if I've already got a rear guard in my opening hand, simply because people don't usually block rear guards, so his 1 extra health there is just free fodder for the Demolitionist to proc into damage. I'll hold Grenader if we've already got a good 1-drop hand, or if we're into Fearsomes, as it's an amazing Fearsome blocker. This is also a really great hold into Draven Ezreal, because it trades well into most of their options. Ruinous Path is only a hold if you're into an aggro matchup and you've already got some good 1-drops. Azir is a nice hold, but I'll usually mull him if I don't have enough 1-drops already. Hunter is amazing if you already have a Bakai Reaper in hand, because it allows you to remove fearsome blockers by pulling them to other units, as well as pull essential carries from your opponent. For instance, into the Azir Irelia matchup, they drop their Irelia, you drop your Hunter, we challenge their Irelia. Now they probably don't kill the Irelia because she just like recalls, right? But we're burning their resources, we're preventing them from using fearsome blockers, and we're pushing more damage. Same as Azir though, I will mull this to get more 1-drops in most matchups. Fervor is a necessary hold whenever you're into Demacia Targon. It's a very unfavored matchup for us, but the way you win it is by denying their healing through fervoring your units that their lifesteal units challenge, or that you can ghost block, or you guys know how it works, right? Then Decimate, Runeterra, and Darius are always a mull, unless you really think you're going to need an extra Decimate for some reason. Next up, let's talk about the game of Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is 1-drops. We are running 11 1-drops, so it's pretty likely you're going to have one in your opening hand after you mull. The goal with your 1-drops is to maximize damage while also maintaining your board if possible. Rear Guard and Dunekeeper are my favorite 1-drops when you have the attack, because they trade very well into most other 1-drops. However, if your opponent's playing Shurima or you think they have some 2-power 1-drop, then you really want to play a Reaper, because the Reaper won't be able to be blocked by the opponent. Say you open Reaper, then they try to Dunekeeper, the Dunekeeper does nothing. It's great. The worst case scenario is, say you're opening into a Thresh Nasus and you drop it down to Rear Guard or a Dunekeeper and your opponent answers with a Dunekeeper, well then you've just wasted your round 1. I generally only drop Saboteur if I don't expect them to have a blocker, or if I expect them to drop an elusive blocker, like a Zoe, a Teemo, or a Droplet. That way I can force a trade of a unit that I won't usually be able to interact with for the rest of the game. Now say we're on the defensive on turn 1. Bakai Reaper is godlike on the defensive, as he eats up many 1-drops, allowing him to get stacks, and then swing right back for even more damage. If you don't have a Bakai Reaper available, just drop down a Rear Guard or a Saboteur, don't block, and then just swing right back for more damage on turn 2. If we're on the defense, and we slap down any unit, besides a Dunekeeper on turn 1, then usually a 2-unit develop is going to beat whatever your opponent can lay down. The main exceptions to this are if they have an Ice Shard and we're laying down Sip with 1 health, or we're laying down a Dunekeeper into them laying down a Dunekeeper. Alternatively, if you don't think that they're going to develop a blocker, if they're going to drop a landmark, for instance like a Dais or a Azir Irelia, jamming a normal 2-drop in that case works as well. There are many cases with this deck that it's better to develop rather than to open attack, mainly because you're using a lot of really small units, so your develop often beats your opponents. Open attacking instead of developing in early rounds can often lead to you missing out on vital damage you need to push to win the game. Let's talk about our burn for a second. Most of it is conditional except for decimates. The Saboteur's burn is conditional on you attacking. Demolitionist is conditional on a unit taking damage. So if your opponent can remove the unit that the Demolitionist is targeting, then the damage won't go through. Grenader is of course reliant on the Grenader dying. Ruinous is reliant on you actually getting a slay that round, which in some matchups is actually harder than you would think. So sometimes you need to take the advantage of having a slay one round and play your Ruinous because you know you're not getting any more slays in the future. A good example of this would be into Dragons, where you're not killing their Shyvana. It's not gonna happen. If you get an early trade into one of their smaller units and you want to get your Ruinous off then, go for it. And then most importantly, the Fervor, one of your strongest burn cards, can be easily removed by removing the unit that's being fervored. So you gotta be really careful when choosing the targets you fervor. Our best option of course is the Ruin Runner with a spell shield, because one, it doesn't die to fervor, and then two, it's protected from most situational removal through the spell shield. Last but not least, let's talk about positioning. This mostly applies to attacks, but it applies a little bit about defense too. Bakai Reaper is a god tier unit because it grows in size whenever something is slain. That means usually you're going to put Bakai Reaper at the end of your attacks so that as defenders block, your Bakai Reaper will be getting bigger and bigger. This can also be used in defensive situations where if your opponent initiates an attack incorrectly, you can actually slay a couple things and then kill something much bigger than your opponent expected with your big old Bakai Reaper at the end. Your Bakai Reaper and your Merciless Hunter are both fearsome. This means if you use your Merciless Hunter to make their one fearsome blocker vulnerable, it doesn't matter if you're pulling their fearsome blocker to something that doesn't kill it, like, you know, a spider or something. You pull off their one fearsome blocker, and then you're swinging with a fat Bakai Reaper and a Merciless Hunter for very large amounts of damage. So make sure you're looking to exploit the fact that many decks in the current meta are not running a lot of fearsome blockers. Another fun Merciless Hunter tech is to make a unit with very low health vulnerable, allowing your Ruin Runner or Darius to overwhelm their little amount of health and push for a lot of damage. And then finally, the last positioning piece is Darius. Darius can level up mid-combat, so if you're able to initiate an attack, putting Darius at the end, where you're able to reduce their Nexus health to below 10 at any point during combat, even if there's some healing involved, as long as their Nexus goes below 10 at some point, Darius flips, giving you that extra 4 damage push that can be vital for closing games. I will note, however, we are running 2 of Darius and 3 of Ruin Runner, and that's because Ruin Runner is actually, in most situations, a better card than Darius. Spell Shield is invaluable. Any half-decent mid-range or control deck is going to have an answer for your Darius, whether they're stunning it, freezing it, killing it, doing anything to it. It is actually quite a weak unit. Ruin Runner costs 1 less and has a spell shield. While it lacks that extra damage, the spell shield proves invaluable to actually pushing the damage through. For that reason, in most cases, I actually prefer to put down Ruin Runners instead of Darius when given the choice. And then finally, the last principle for this deck is called Sending It. You are playing aggro. If your opponent has certain cards, you will always lose. So in certain situations, you've got to stop playing around cards. If you're too afraid of an opposing Avalanche or Ice Shard when you're playing against Freljord, you're not going to develop wide enough to the point that you'll ever win the game. If you're too afraid of healing from Targon, then sometimes you're just going to lose because you allow them to develop into their late game strategies. This concept applies to many enemy decks, and so you can't play around enemy cards like you can when you're playing a mid-range or a control deck. Sometimes you just gotta send it and hope it works. Sending it actually increases your win rate on aggro, because if you play too respectfully as an aggro player, you're going to allow your opponents to draw into their answers. Sometimes you are going to lose by sending it, but realistically, if you didn't send it, you were probably still going to lose that match anyway, given the fact that by playing carefully, you actually allowed your opponent to get back into the game and rebalance the board. Now, this is not to say you shouldn't respect enemy cards, but an abundance of caution is going to be your downfall when you're playing aggro. Okay, sounds simple enough. Let's get into some games. Okay, so yeah, this is the Dragon's healing. We'll hold a Fervor. This is actually a fine hand. I don't think that Easy Draven has a winning matchup into them, Mega. I might be wrong, though. In this matchup, we need to jam damage as fast as physically possible. And see if we can kill them before they heal to full. Blue Sentinel being a butt. I'll let it through. Yep.
What is darkness to the unseen?
I will kill it this round because I know he wants me to kill it, but I also need him to not be able to block my units.
We'll get our licks in.
Azir's command.
What the hell? Okay. This matchup's a damage race.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
A lot of people have been running Shape Stone these days, Mega. For a while, they stopped, they went off of it, but they've gone back to it. Yeah, we could be fishy with a Fervor here, but I don't think I want to. I think I'll just let him protege my Reaper.
Make the Empire proud.
Run them through. Aha! Fuse is lit. Sand and blood.
In position.
I need to bank mana here. I think this matchup is so freaking hard, man. Because he just plays a the Demacian lifesteal unit after this swing. Really? He's doing some very questionable. He's playing very weird. It's making me think he doesn't have it, maybe. Oh, it's screeching. Okay, maybe he doesn't have it. Sometimes he just doesn't have it.
Shining.
There he is.
Sky.
For the Empire. For the glory of Noxus.
I belongs hardly fair.
Ah, shoot. I didn't think that went through. Stupid double challenger. Well played, though.
Duty.
Well played.
They will bleed.
Darius loses to Concerted
Mine is the hand
and like a lot of things.
Nasus.
But at this point, these Rune Runners are doing no damage.
We were forged in Dragonfire.
Like a Rune Runner does like 1 damage over this dragon, right? The Darius did no damage to the dragon either. Whatever. Scanned off the blind with the follow. Thanks for the. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the content. We might still be fine. He's doing a lot of damage though. If only he kept one of his buff cards earlier, right, guys? He could have killed me right there. Whee!
You need not follow, but you will. I have risen, and with me, Shurima.
Looks like yeah, welcome, Scandalf. If I may ask, how did you find my lowly stream? That is always the question, right?
Break their spirits and their souls.
Oh, fair enough.
Order is given.
Quick question. Did you figure it was me when it came into challenge? I'm not sure if I understand the question. It was recommended. Hell yeah, dude.
Everything in between.
Greater things await. Your emperor commands.
Hey, it's all or nothing here, boys. Let's go.
Behold my work. This will not take long.
Probably nothing.
Guard the walls.
You know what was just a new username? I mean, it's Paladin, right? Yeah, I just Paladin sounds familiar. I don't know.
Don't let them through.
Whenever you when you follow with just enough points, that is always sus, right? Because the 5,000 is no small number, right?
Stand down. Pride filled us forever.
Yeah, we need a top deck, a Fervor, or a Guillotine, or some damage. What the hell? Bot doesn't like you, goofball. Confirmed.
Hey, you brought back my favorite star!
Yeah, we're gonna be chumping with Azir's Arise.
Let's do it over there!
It is time. To me. The order is given. Arise. The dark closes in.
You let it go through, wow.
The cycle is done. You will serve through me.
Impressive, Mr. Dragon's player. Okay, guys, hopefully with these 3 cards and the one he draws, he finds nothing good. Uh-oh.
That old trick again.
Did he expect to silence my Overwhelm? Okay, time to send it.
Your Emperor come! The order is given. Your Emperor commands. The order is given.
Hopefully it's enough. If he has a judgment, I'm gonna be so pissed. Uh-oh. No, 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 please don't. Please don't. Okay, that's not a... Oh, he has a judgment. Oh, please no. Oh, there we go! Woo! They cheer our name because it's not a judgment. Let's go! That's how you beat the Dragons player. Have him not draw a stinking judgment. Let's go, baby. It's a Draven Jinx. Some discard aggro, huh? I feel like a Ruinous will be nice. I don't need a Fervor. You know, this is my only Jinx interaction. But, yeah, we'll go like this. I'm gonna open Reaper. He shouldn't have any interaction.
Pride filled us forever.
On 1. Unless he wants to burn, a Fervor, a Vision already, and he's probably not gonna do that, right?
Who's ready to reckon?
I have my orders.
Hopefully attacks wrong.
Timing is
Perfect.
everything.
Actually, what am I talking about? This, yeah, I'll just do this. Then I'll swing with Reaper alone.
Someone get him up!
He wants to play Draven on 3.
For the hubris.
I think I'll play Grenader. Yeah, Draven on 3, yeah. I think I'm gonna play Grenader so I have things to, like, block with and trade. And I'll bank 2 for Ruinous next turn. And if he hard jams Jinx, we have a Fervor. I kind of want to Hunter this. Yeah, I think I will.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
Axes coming right up.
Quit struggling.
Try me.
If he has Spinning Axe Fervor, this is going to hurt. But other than that, we should be fine. He always has it, right? Oh, he's not...
Time
What?
for the money makers.
Huh, okay. Weird. I mean, he's getting a super low, right? And he has Fervor. I forgot about Fervor making fearsome blockers shoot. That was a little bit dumb of me.
We'll get our licks in.
Shurima, your emperor has
That's
returned.
very dumb of me. If I expected a fervor, I should have been blocking earlier.
I stand for nonsense.
Ew.
I gotta work with this joker.
Bad news right
Wrap 'em
there.
up tight.
Thankfully, our Azir will be able to chump the crowd favorite for most of its damage. I could just fervor this crowd favorite. I think I will. Because getting damage onto this choppers doesn't matter.
Glorious sacrifice.
Oh, got a Dune Keeper. No. No.
Shuriman, see what I see. Carry it with you.
Emperor, I am honored.
Ooh, he discarded an Experimenter? Really? Did not expect that. Whack, man.
Out here, you're moving.
What is
or
he
you're
playing
dead.
towards? Do you have another crowd favorite, maybe?
Faithless creature.
I'm okay with my Azir dying.
Keep your distance.
Should probably do it like this, though. Let's get us down to 5, but I'm fine with that. I prefer to trade board rather than block damage with this. Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, you just can't get 2 more damage. I'm gonna jam this.
Need a second.
Tell the people what you have seen today.
Because we basically need to win this turn. Because a Jinx or a get excited or anything will give him a win.
Remember this day, your emperor commands.
He full blocks. Trades this one. Oh, really? Okay. The Fervor still isn't giving us the out. So he wins a lot. Well, not a lot, but like a decent amount. We can deal with 1 elusive. So this is a Poro cannon. We can fervor the Poro. It is a Poro cannon. Okay, we're still fine.
Sand and trouble far as the eye can see.
And he shouldn't be able to draw anything that wins him the game. So that should be game.
Got past me.
Unless he's running Mystic Shots.
Great, I think the order is given.
There we go. Easy Discord win.
In Shurima's name.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
What is darkness to the unseen?
We're swinging like this because we're not going to feed his Reaper free slays. Because damage on the Reaper literally means nothing in this matchup.
Pride filled us forever. No place for men.
I'm gonna jam Hunter this turn for this exact reason.
We love it when they run.
He's gonna kill his Hunter and Reaper and put something else in its place, probably. Luke, discard's pretty solid. You went 30-0.
Gonna find
30-10. Okay, I was gonna say 30-0. Holy cow.
Wrap 'em up tight.
I mean, either way, it's pretty impressive, right?
That's right. Run.
This works.
You're dead meat.
Yeah, Nema's stuck in, Ah, shoot, I mathed that wrong. Nema's stuck in Diamond, or in Plat still. This card's got a good Irelia matchup, I believe it. Yeah, really, a mirror is horrendous. I could see it, Luke. Yeah, that's solid. I might try it.
Wrap him up tight. This one's a fighter.
A duty fulfilled, a life undone.
This little Reaper here is going to be a butt to deal with. We have run completely out of fearsome blockers. I'm just going to jam it around him. Oh, shoot.
For the Empire.
If he has a Vial, we lose. But I'm okay with that. Or I could just not swing with the Azir. That's another option. I could just not swing with the Azir. Okay, let's do that. We just need 2 damage to get through, and then him not to be on a deny. And we're set. That's a lot of damage, Mr. Opponent. To be fair, you're giving me a lot of damage back. I understand that, and I am afraid. If he jams on Nasus, we probably lose.
I will not see Shurima bow to a tyrant.
I don't think he can kill me barring an atrocity. If he has an atrocity, he wins. If he has a deny, he wins. I think I win in all those scenarios.
Your time in the cycle is done.
Time to risk it for the biscuit, boys. The mirror is decided by who attacks on odds of facts. That mirror is so freaking high rolling. I hate it. Add no atro. Yo! There we go! Easy. Easy. Easy.
They cheer on me. Our legacy is eternal.
Just gotta jam in that damage. Woo! Let's go.